Okay, this is homework 8.7, and you are going to find the roots using a calculator. I know it says there without using a calculator, but we're going to use a calculator. And you notice that we have this to the 5th power. So we're going to go ahead and use a calculator, and we're going to go ahead and go to the graph. And you notice that it's quintet. So it's going to be x to the 5th power minus 3x to the 4th minus 8x to the 3rd minus 8x squared minus 9x minus 5, and we're going to look for the roots, and we're going to go ahead and press enter. Go ahead and press enter to graph this, and you notice that you only have these two roots that are showing. So what you're going to do is, if they're complex numbers, for number 1 and 2, you're just going to tell me there's two complex numbers. So you're going to solve this using a graphing calculator. Okay, so that's for number 1. So what we're going to do is, if you want to find the 0, you go to Menu, Analyze Graph, 0, left side, right side, and you notice that the 0 is 5, 0. Go to Menu, Analyze Graph, 0, left and right, and you notice that the 0 is -1, 0. So what you're going to do is, all I want you to do, because I want you to practice using the calculator, so all you're going to say is x equals -1, and you're going to say x is equal to 5. So we're going to go ahead and write down that we have x equal -1 as our answer, and x equal 5 is our second answer, or second root. Now remember that complex numbers come in pairs. So definitely we have two complex number, and then another one of those roots is repeated. So we have a total of 5 roots, but one of these two answers is going to be repeated. Okay, for number 2, we're going to do the same thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and graph x cubed minus 2x squared plus 4x minus 8. So with your calculator, please follow my instructions. So you're going to go to, you're going to click out of here. And you're going to go ahead and go to a new document. You're going to go ahead and press graph. Let's go ahead and type in the equation. We have x to the 3rd power minus 2x squared plus 4x minus 8. So this is a cubic polynomial, and you notice it's a 3rd power. So based on the fundamental theorem of algebra, we're going to have 3 roots. So let's go ahead and press enter. And you notice that we only have one answer. So I'm not going to give you the answer. You're going to have to use a calculator to figure out the answer. And so for number 2, you're going to have to write down the answer based on the steps needed to find the 0. For number 3, we're going to find all the zeros of the function, and we're going to do it graphically again. So we have 5x to the 3rd power minus 5x. Go ahead and press enter. And you notice that we have the 3 zeros here. And I'm going to go ahead and show you how to find those 3 zeros. I want you to go to Menu. Let's go ahead and zoom in so we can see what's going on. Zoom in. So we're going to zoom in right here. Zoom in. Okay, so there's our graph. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to menu. We're going to go analyze, and then we're going to find the 0. So you're going to go to the left and then to the right. So one of the zeros is 1, 0. You're going to go to the menu. You're going to go to 0. You're going to go to the left and to the right. So that's going to be 0, 0. And then the last 0, you're going to go to analyze graph, go to 0. So you have 0, to the left and then to the right. And so what you're going to do on your graph here, you're going to say x equals -1, x equals 0, and x equals 1. So there were no imaginary numbers. So like you saw, we did number 3. We had 3 real zeros. Now you're going to have to do that for number 4. Okay. And so at this point, I'm going to show you how to put number 4 into the calculator. And you should be doing this with me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to X this out. I'm going to go ahead and do a new graph. And you're going to type in x to the 3rd power minus 16x. And then you're going to press enter. And there you go. You have your 3 zeros. I'm not going to do anything. You're going to have to use a graphing calculator so you can find the exact zeros, okay? Number 5 is a continuation of number 4. What you're going to do is you're going to type in 12x to the 3rd power minus 2x squared minus 2x. Go ahead and press enter. And you notice that the answers are right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in, go to menu, go to zoom in. So I'll just pick here as a center, and I'll keep on going until I can see it. And you see the 3 roots, the 3 zeros, the 3 intersections. I'm going to go ahead and go to my menu. I'm going to go ahead and analyze a graph, and I'm going to go ahead and find the 0. So I'm going to go to the left of the 0, and then to the right, you notice that we get 0.5. And then you repeat that. You go to menu, analyze graph, you find the 0, you go to the left, then you go to the right. So that's 0, 0. Go to menu, analyze graph, go to the left, go to the right. Now you have a negative 0.333, and all of you know that's going to be a negative 1/3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and write x equals negative 1/3, x equals 0, y equals 0.5, okay? So for number 6, you're going to have to find the zeros, the roots for number 6. So I'm just going to go ahead and start you off, and you should have a graphing calculator with you. Okay, go to the on button, go to browse, the on button, go to new, that's what I meant to say, new. Go to graphs, and you're going to type in 6x cubed plus x squared minus x, and then you're going to press enter. Now, I'm not going to do anything else. You know that you have to zoom in, go to menu, go to zoom in, and these are all skills that you have to practice with your calculator. And then you can see the 3 roots, so you're going to have to figure that on your own, okay? For this part of the assignment, all you're doing is you're listing the possible rational roots. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do number 8, and I'm going to do number 10. And then I'll let you do the easier ones, which are 7 and 9. Remember, to find the possible roots, it's going to be the factors of your constant over the factors of your leading coefficient. So I'm going to go ahead and move this over just a little. And so you're going to find the factors of 10. So it's 10, 5, 2, 1, divided by the factors of 3, which is plus or minus 3, plus or minus 1. And then remember, you're going to start listing. And when I say listing, you're going to be dividing. So it's going to be plus or minus 10 over 3, plus or minus 5 over 3, plus or minus, well, let me go back. It's 10 over 1, plus or minus 5 over 3, plus or minus 5 over 1, which is just 5, and then plus or minus 2 over 3, plus or minus 2 over 1 was just 2, and then you have plus or minus 1 over 3, and then you have plus or minus 1. So those are all the possible roots. So for number 7, I'll start you off. You're gonna get the constant, the possible factors of the constant divided by the possible factors of your leading coefficient. We're gonna go ahead and do number 10 now. So number 10, you're gonna find the possible factors of 9 and the possible factors of 4. Remember, this is your constant, and this is your leading coefficient. So the factors of 9 are plus or minus 9, plus or minus 3, plus or minus 1, divided by plus or minus 4, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 1. So now what I need to do is I need to go ahead and start dividing. So I have plus or minus 9 over 2, plus or minus 9 over, I forgot 4, plus or minus 9 over 4, plus or minus 9 over 2, then plus or minus 9 divided by 1. The next one is plus or minus 3 over 4, plus or minus 3 over 2, plus or minus 3. And then the last set is the 1, so it's going to be plus or minus 1 over 4, plus or minus 1 over 2, plus or minus 1. For number 11, just like we did before, we're going to use our calculate to find all the zeros. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to New, Graph. Go ahead and type in x to the third power minus 9x squared plus 27x minus 27. Go ahead and press enter so you can graph this. And you notice that right here it looks like it's intersecting, so what you got to do is you got to zoom in, go to mode, our menu, go to zoom in. Okay, it appears to be one intersection, so go to menu, analyze graph to 0, go to the left side, go to the right side, and you notice that the 0 is 3. Okay, so I found the 0, so it's 3. Now to find the remaining 2, which I'm going to ask you to find the remaining 2, I want you to use synthetic division with this this cubic. So you have 1, negative 9, 27, negative 27. Bring down the 1, 3 times 1 is 3. Negative 6, 3 times negative 6 is negative 18. 27 minus 18 is 9. 3 times 9 is 27. So that's a remainder of 0. So since we have a total of 3 roots, we've already found 1. So it's going to be x squared minus 6x plus 9 equals 0. Use the quadratic formula. Negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. So negative b is 6 plus or minus square root, and you're going to have negative 6 squared plus, I take that back, minus 4 times 1 times 9 divided by 2 times 1 is 2. So you're going to evaluate the discriminant. You have 6 plus or minus square root. Negative 6 squared is 36. And it's minus 4 times 9 is 36, so it's plus 36. Or minus 36. Over 2. So we have 6 divided by 2, which is 3. X equals 3.